Om Asmatgurubhyo Namaha. Krishno Rakshatu no Jagatraya Guruhu. Krishnam Namasyamyaham. Krishne Namarasyatravo Vinihataha. Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha. Krishnadeva Samukkhidam Jagadidam. Krishnasya Dasosmyaham. Krishne Tishtati Sarvametadakhilam. He Krishna Samrakshamam. Jai Sri Narayana. Jai Sri Narayana. We completed up to Sloka 40 in chapter 2. We'll start with Sloka 41 today with Sri Swamiji's blessings. You can see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm sharing. Is that big?
Mm.
Okay.
Good, sir. Om Asmatgurubhyo Namaha. Please chant. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi
Ekeha kurunandana.
ekeha kurunandana
Bahusakahyanantascha.
Bahusakahyanantascha
Buddhayo vyavasayinam. Let's chant together.
Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kurunandana
Bahusakahyanantascha
Buddhayo
vyavasayinam. So Lord Krishna is continuing to introduce to us about Karma Yoga now. And so far, Lord Krishna talked about Atma Jnanam, right? So it's talked about who we are really, and what's the difference between Atma and the body, right? And he also talked about those who do not believe in Atma. Even for them, it doesn't make sense to cry continuously about the body. So all that he talked about. So now Lord Krishna is introducing us to Karma Yoga, the knowledge of Karma Yoga. So he's saying, Hey Kurunandana, O Arjuna, Iha Vyavasayatmika buddhi eka. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. So if you split it, so Lord Krishna is saying, Iha, in this, and here the context is Karma Yoga. So because in the previous shloka he talked about there is no loss of effort, whatever is started, and if you perform this Karma Yoga, there is no sin. You will not acquire sin even if you do not complete the activity, and even a little of Karma Yoga will save you from the karmic bondage, right? And the cycle of births and deaths. So he gave that knowledge about Karma Yoga, and here he's saying, Iha, in performing this Karma Yoga, Vyavasayatmika buddhihi eka. Vyavasayatmika buddhi means, in a very short description, is single-minded determination. Okay, so Vyavasayatmika buddhihi eka. Eka is single, right? So this in performing this Karma Yoga, the disposition of the mind is single. He's saying how our mind is oriented only towards one single thing. Let us say, for now, um, characterized by Vyavasayatmaka Buddhi, that is determined conviction about the true nature of the self, right? So Vyavasayatmaka Buddhi is single-minded determination or determined conviction about the true nature of the self. So we talked about, before explaining about this Vyavasayatmaka Buddhi Karma Yoga, that's why Lord Krishna had to introduce us to the um, Atma Jnana. What is Atma? What is self really, right? So it is not the body, it is Atma. And what is Atma? All that he explained. So our mind, when the buddhi, which is, if you translate it, it is the knowledge or the intellect, the discrimination power of the mind, that is that is single. That means it is focused on only on one thing when it is characterized by the Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. That is when we have determined conviction about the true nature of the self, right? So that means that single is self itself, right? When we are doing any activity, so when performing this karma yoga, he said, right? So when we are doing any activity, our mind is focused towards only one thing, supported by the conviction about the true nature of the self. So I understand who I am really, and with that knowledge, I am performing the activity, that is, I'm doing the karma yoga, and right. So it is my focus is towards myself only, not towards external. So we'll talk about that. What is external? So then he's saying, avyavasainam hi buddhayaha anantaha bahusakhaha cha. So vyavasayatmaka buddhi is on one side, that is single-minded determination. Buddhi of avyavasayis, so that is the disposition, the mental disposition of those who are lacking this determination, determined conviction about the true nature of the self. What it would be? It would be anantaha. There are several bahusakaha, so like many branches, right? So whenever we are doing an activity, the our mental disposition is towards external things, then it is several. It goes in several directions. But if it is going internally, then it is single. It is towards our Atma. Now, so when we are focused on Atma and performing our activities, then it is Karma Yoga. If we are not doing that, then our mind will run in all several directions. You can take it that way, right? So when I mean, for any activity that we do, now let us discuss. Why do we do any activity?
You get some result, right? Something.
Yeah, very simple. So you get you get some result. What result we are talking about?
Result that benefits us.
So
Usually a
result for
positive.
you would be, so when you are choosing an activity, you have certain result in mind. Somebody else has another result in mind. Somebody else. So the result could be money, power, um, fame, or uh, just want to relax, enjoy. I mean, all uh, these are several results that we have in mind, and then we performed different activities. Like I can choose activity A or B or C, and when we are doing an activity, say for example, somebody wants to become president, the activity is same, but their focus is, okay, I want to do good for the society. Another person, I want to be in the history books forever. People have to know me forever. I need to have fame, or I need to earn a lot of money. Or things like that. So when we are looking outwards towards the results, then our mental disposition is like going in several branches, right? In different directions, right? It is not focused on one thing. It is all flowing outside. Now, if we are doing any activity for the purpose of cleaning our karmic bondage, then how many different
One.
branches are there? Only one, right? So when we are looking at the results which are external, materialistic results, right? Then it is many. Our mind goes in different directions. That means, in other words, our desires, we have so many desires that that go in different directions. Now, does it he's saying anantaha. Ananta means infinite. Why? Is because no one is satisfied with like let us say initially my desire is to earn, let us say $1,000, and after earning $1,000 it will become like, why shouldn't I earn $10,000? Like that, it keeps on increasing. I buy a house, why can't I buy 10 houses? Like there is no end to the desires, the external materialistic desires. That is exactly what Lord Krishna is saying. When we are doing any activity with um, desires in mind, right? There is no end to it, right? But if we are focused, when we do the activity focused on the self, right? There's only one. There's nothing like several or many, right? It's only one. So we are basically cleaning our karmic bondage, and then not acquiring new karmic bondage, and moving towards self-realization and God realization. So, so that is the difference between karma yoga uh, um, performed with vyavasayatmika buddhi compared to doing activity with the results in mind, materialistic results in mind. So when our buddhi is vyavasayatmika buddhi, then we are focused inwards. Our goal is to reach self-realization. But if it is not vyavasayatmika buddhi, if it is avyavasayatmika buddhi, then we are focused on external results, and we will never achieve it because it is unlimited, infinite.
So I mean, to your example, right? There's nothing wrong in someone want to become a president, right? I mean, nothing wrong in that, right? But
Yes, nothing wrong.
but
Yeah, they go ahead.
yeah. So but the way they think about, right? I think winning that and what you want to do once you become president, right? Whether making money or getting a fame or right, and or cleaning up the society, even including cleaning up the society, right? I think any of this will still give him karmic bondage, right? So
Yes,
you're expecting something from that, right? And
yeah, yes. So if I'm choosing an activity with the result in mind, with a materialistic result in mind, okay, that itself is um, you know I mean, again, it's a desire that I have to achieve a particular materialistic result. I have an expectation on the result, and I'm doing the activity in order to meet that expectation, right? um, that is the only purpose of doing the activity. In other words, I mean, the question is, oh, okay, in that case, then nobody has will be setting goals, and nobody will do any activity to achieve anything, right? That is, so the difference is, the only reason why I'm doing it is because I want to achieve a particular result, and that is the only thing that I'm focused on. I'm not focused on the self. I'm not focused on, okay, is this duty really my duty? Is this duty, am I doing it for my sake? Again, when we go into Karma Yoga, we will go into all the details. But what is the purpose of doing this duty? Is it to satisfy myself, to enjoy the results myself? Very simple thing. So I want to become president to be, just enjoy, right? That enjoyment could be in terms of money, fame, the importance that everybody will give, everybody will, fall on our feet. So I want to enjoy that power. I will be able to dictate the whole thing to everybody. So if that is the primary reason why I want to become president, then it is acquiring karmic bondage. But I'm going to do that activity as service to God. That is what will come later. So I'm not looking for a particular result. I'm looking to do this activity. Again, 47 sloka, it will become clear. I'm doing this activity because it is my duty. Okay. And irrespective of whether I get the result or not. And when I get the result, I don't take it as, oh, I got the result by myself. And all we will go into those details. When we do that way, then we don't have karmic bondage. So we can set a goal, like I want to become president. Okay. So what is the reason why I want to set the goal is is going to determine whether, I mean, is it determined by the Vyavasayatmaka Buddhi that we have? That is, I'm focused internally. I'm going to use that as I'm going to, perform that activity in order to clean myself. I don't know how many will think like that, right? Nobody even thinks that way. I mean, even just let us see, like, we are learning Bhagavad Gita, and we are doing so many activities on a daily, in our personal life, professional life. How many times we ever think that, okay, I'm doing this activity to clean myself? Or
Usually.
I perform this activity, now this has cleaned me.
You're trying, yeah.
Yes, I mean, even if it comes to our mind itself, that is a great thing. If it comes to our mind, I mean, when we do the activity, then, oh, I want to get, a particular result. I want to get promotion. I want to get money. I want to get name. I want my, like I'm proposing solution. My solution should be accepted by everybody else. These are the things that come to us rather than, okay, I'm doing my duty, God, as your service. That's it. Don't think about any results. I'm just doing the results. I'm just doing the activity with Atma Jnanam. I'm just the only result that I care about is to clean myself. All other results are yadrucha. I mean, that is they happen to come. Okay. So that is how we need to take. But we actually link the result to our actions. All those will come later again.
So, Varaprasad, on a day-to-day basis, right? Work that we do, jobs that we have, So how does it apply there? Because a lot of things we do are guided by the goals of the company, group, team, project. Right? So in that case, how does it? I mean, you still have to do that work for that goal,
Yes.
right? So what is that considered then?
I mean, that's why you can have the goal and you can work towards a goal. But when you're working, your focus is only on the work, right? So, and not the result that you're going to get, right? See, unfortunately, the corporate world is totally anti Bhagavad Gita. They say result is the only thing that matters. No matter, I don't care how you do it. I want to get the result, right? That is what is the root cause of a lot of problems with the people working in the corporate world. I hope the HR and managers in corporate world realize that especially when we are working as a team. Okay, no, in spite of some people working really hard, the result may not be what we want, right? Even if everybody works hard, also the result may not be what we want. And somehow saying penalizing people, just because they did not get the result they want, it makes them depressed, demoralized, right? Um, that is one thing. Second thing is one person works so hard, but let's say doesn't get the result. Another person doesn't put any effort and then get the results. Okay, better results. Then corporate awards more. Like recognizes the person who gets the results compared to the one who worked hard but did not get the results. So this is again uh, causes a lot of clash between people, all that. So it makes people greedy. If result is the only thing that is that matters, right? Then I want to get the result no matter how I get it. It doesn't matter, right? So people will choose shortcuts, and that's why we see all kinds of crimes in the world. I want to um, you know do whatever and get the result. So um, it is not that okay, I'm focused on the duty and I'm just using it to uh, I mean, the result is different from or independent of my activity, right? Result is independent of, I mean, say if you take at a macro level, right? um, so we just came out of pandemic, right? And things are looking really good. Everybody is kind of uh, happy that okay, maybe bad days are behind. And suddenly, again, all layoffs are happening and the economy is going down and all that, right? So it is triggered by some events that are not in our hands. Poor people who are losing jobs, even they may be working really hard, but their jobs are gone, right? So it really didn't matter whether they're working really hard or not. Some external event impacted the company, and that company chose some people to just randomly, sometimes uh, directly impact certain employees. Now they lose. So in corporate world, we are unfortunately looking at only the result. But if we focus, everybody changes their focus towards the activity itself. The activity is not like a random activity. That activity is chosen with a particular goal in mind. So if we are working in a particular company, that let us say bank, whatever activities that we are doing are towards, making the bank better, right? Not like, some other industry, like we're not working on a pharma project in the bank, right? So as long as we are working on the project, doing our job well, we focus on that, then leave the result, then it should be perfectly according to Bhagavad Gita. But if we are just, trying to just focus only on the result, and when the result comes, just if the result is what we are expecting, then just, try to publish, make it known to everybody. Oh, I did it, and that's why I got it. And if the result is not what we are expecting, then going into depression, or if the manager doesn't recognize, go into depression. All these are not according to Bhagavad Gita. According to Bhagavad Gita, just set your goal, work towards it. Result could be anything. Just accept the result. The previous sloka, that's what Lord Krishna mentioned, that if you win, you will enjoy the kingdom. If you lose and you get killed, you will enjoy better, higher life, right? Higher birth. So for every activity, there is definitely there is a result, good result for us. Unfortunately, that good result is what we uh, don't even recognize it. That good, if I am doing the activity to clean our karmic bondage, I'm doing the activity as karma yoga, then irrespective of what the result is, the materialistic result, I actually got a good permanent result. But if we don't know that, unfortunately, and we focus only on the materialistic result, which is definitely not in our hands. It is not. We do not have the right towards the materialistic result. That's what Lord Krishna is going to say later. So we are focusing on the wrong thing. Uh, Instead, we focus on what is the result that we have full control on. That is to clean our karmic bondage by doing the activity uh, as per the knowledge that Lord Krishna is giving to us about karma yoga. Then it is guaranteed that we will be able to get the good result to clean our karmic bondage and get a. I mean, we may get a good result also. It doesn't mean that if you clean your karmic bondage, you may not, your project will fail. No, we may
Anu,
get,
ಈ
we,
ಬಂದ
our project may be successful also, but
open
even
door,
if it is
Seva
not
for me.
successful, we still have the good result that our karmic bondage has been cleaned.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sure. So here we're Lord Krishna is introducing us to the desires, the materialistic desires is what Lord Krishna is introducing here in this sloka. And materialistic desires are like the branches that will never end. So you choose a path towards, say, finance, money. Okay, so that is one branch. So you start going in that, there will be no end to it. No matter how much we earn, there is no end to, okay, the desire of earning more. Or we look at fame, there will be no end. Power, no end. So all these are like different branches go in, forever. So we should not be, if we are working with the desires in mind to satisfy our desires, okay, then it is avayava sayatmika buddhi. If we are working with, if we are working with the Atma knowledge, right, then it is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Or the other way is, if I have Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, then I'll be performing an activity as Karma Yoga. If I don't have that Buddhi, I'll be performing an activity to satisfy my desires, which are many like branches of a tree, never-ending branches of a tree. Okay. Look at Sloka 42. Share the screen. Please stand. Yamimam pushpitam vacham
Yamimam pushpitam
Pushpitam
vacham
vacham
pravadyantia vipaschitaha
pravadantya
pravadyanta
vipaschitah
vipashchitah
vedavadarata partha
vedavadarata
vedavadarata
partha
nanyadastiti vadinaha.
nanyadasti vadinah.
Let's chant together.
Yamimam
Yamimam pushpitam vachah
pravadantya
pravadantyam
vipaschitah
vipaschitah
vedavadarata
vedavadarata partha
nanyadasti vadinah.
Vadinaha. Lord Krishna is saying in Sloka 42, Hey Partha, in the third line, Hey Partha, oh Arjuna, in the second line he said, Pravadanti avipaschitaha. So avipaschitaha is those who are unwise. Okay. Veda, so those who are unwise, Vedavadarata is those who take delight in discussions on the rituals of the Vedas. Vedavadarataha. They take delight in discussions of the rituals of the Vedas. So basically they are well versed with the Vedas. Okay. And Vedas contain certain rituals, on how to do activities, right? So they take delight in that, in discussing about those rituals. That means they take delight in discussing and practicing, making others practice. So why those rituals are there and how to perform those rituals. So they focus on the rituals that are given in the Vedas. So avipaschitaha, those who are unwise, vedavadarataha, again the same people. I mean, it is not different, right? So those unwise who take delight in discussions on the rituals of the Vedas. Anyat na asti iti vadinaha. Okay, so they say, okay, those who sorry, anyat na asti iti vadinaha. These unwise people, right, who are talking about the rituals of the Vedas, they argue, that means those who argue that there exists nothing else. Anyat na asti iti. So there is nothing else, they say. So those who say like that there is nothing else, okay. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti. So this those who speak flowery language. So these are all, I mean, the same. He's talking about a set of people. Okay, imagine there is a set of people who are unwise. Why Lord Krishna is calling them as unwise, we will see. So they are who are unwise. Those who take delight in the ritual part of the Vedas only, and they say there is nothing else that is mm, beyond these rituals, right? Uh, and they speak, those who speak flowery language. Flowery language is like um, they speak so means what we want to hear, right? So those speak sweet, like, oh, it's so great, and this will give you these all these things if you do this, like it looks so beautiful. I mean, they make it appear as if, oh, that is the most beautiful thing in the world, kind of flowery language. And so here he's saying, Lord Krishna is saying, those who argue that there exists nothing else beyond the materialistic joys, which are obtained through these rituals, right? So, I mean, there are three slokas which are, related to each other. So we will see all of them and then see why Lord Krishna is saying that, right? I mean, here Lord Krishna is talking about the rituals in Vedas, which give the materialistic results to those who practice them, right? And those rituals are usually to satisfy certain desires, right? So when I have a particular desire and I want to satisfy the desire, and I want to know, is there any procedure ritual that I can perform to satisfy my desires? Okay. On one side, we are saying that we should not, we should not be running after the desires because they are never ending, endless, right? We have to focus on the duty. But on the other side, these Vedas, they contain rituals which address the materialistic desires of people on how to get. Like, for example, I want to get money, what I can do. I want to get, say, a job, what I can do. I'm trying to simplify it a lot. So that is a desire that I have, right? So I want to be elected as a elected official. So then what should I do? I want to have more power. What should I do? Um, is there anything in Vedas to achieve that? Yes, there is. There are some rituals in Vedas to satisfy the desires of people. Okay. So Lord Krishna is talking here about those people who believe in that part of the Vedas only, or who talk only about that part of the Vedas which address the materialistic desires, and not focusing on the Atma and Paramatma part. Right?
Varaprasad, sorry to interrupt. So are the Vedas wrong, or there is something wrong in the Vedas?
Yeah, so that is what Lord Krishna explains in these three slokas. I'll explain
okay.
that. So there's nothing wrong in the Vedas. Okay. So but why these things are present in Vedas, we'll understand. Okay. Let's chant the next sloka also, 43 and 44, and we'll come back. 43 will try to understand the meaning, then 44 understand the meaning, and then try to put all of them together. Okay. So let's, I'll share my screen. Mm. Okay, let's chant Sloka 43. Kamatmanah Swargapara
Kamatmanah Swargaparaha
Janma Karma Phala Pradam
Janma
Janma
Karma
karma phala
Phalapradam
pradam
Kriya Visesha Bahulam
kriya
Vishesha
vishesha
Bahulam
bahulam
Bhogaishwarya Gatim Prati.
Bhogaishwarya
Bhogaishwarya
Gatim
gatim
Prati
prati
Let's chant together.
kamatmanah
Kamatmanah
swargapara
Swargaparaha
janma
Janma
karma
Karma
phala
Phala
Phalapradam
pradam kriya
Vishesha
vishesha
Bahulam
bahulam
Bhogaishwarya Gatim
Bhogaishwarya
Prati.
prati.
Um, here, if we are splitting these two, yeah, we can chant Swarga Paraha. But if we combine these two lines, then we can say Swarga Para Janma. So the continuation. That's fine. Okay. So what is Lord Krishna saying here in Sloka 43? Kamatmanaha, those whose minds are aspiring for worldly desires. Okay. So these people who are focused on the rituals part of the Vedas, okay, Kamatmanaha, those whose minds are aspiring for worldly desires, Swarga Paraha, those who aspire for Swarga, okay. Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham Pravadanti. So again, from the previous sloka, now we should put it here. So all these people who only focus on the materialistic desire, satisfying the materialistic desires, okay, they speak flowery language. What happens when they perform those activities? Janma karma phala pradam. It results in Janma karma phala pradam. It results in fruits of Janma, that is rebirth, and create karmic bondage. Okay. So Lord Krishna is saying that. So by performing those activities, those who are aspiring for worldly desires, perform the activities. Yes, they are stated in Veda on how to perform the activities. They may achieve those results because that is what Veda says. So if somebody perform those activities, they could get those worldly desires satisfied, but it results in rebirth. It creates karmic bondage. Okay. Kriya Visesha Bahulam, occupied with multifarious activities. Okay. So these people, they perform all these activities. They're occupied with all these activities to satisfy the desires. Bhoga Ishwarya Gatim Prati. Prati means to tend, tending towards, right? So Bhoga Ishwarya Gatim Prati. So which tend towards acquisition of Bhoga Ishwarya, that is enjoyments and lordly power. Aishwarya here is, you can take it as wealth, or the the lordly power. Imagine a king enjoying the power and the wealth and all that, right? So that is what Aishwarya is. So they tend towards this acquisition of enjoyments. They're occupied with all these kinds of activities in order to satisfy those whatever is a materialistic desire, which is enjoyments and worldly power. They will get it. I mean, no doubt that they won't get it, right? I mean, if they perform those activities, they will get it, but they will end up in this cycle of births, rebirths, and acquiring more and more karmic bondage, right?
I have a question, Varaprasad. So, if the desire is to do something good,
Mhm.
like not the heaven full of, like, not this attainment of pleasure and lordship. So if that's not the goal, but you still have a goal, and you are working hard towards achieving the goal, right? So you're not only focusing on doing, but getting. Is even that doing creating karmic bondage, which is because this shloka is talking more about.
So the question will become clear as we go into later slokas also. But the question that we need to ask: why are we doing this activity? Why do you want to do good? Why?
Maybe just because it feels good. Maybe.
So for your own feeling, good feeling,
Probably. Sometimes
you get the
that's the
karmic
case.
bondage.
No, yeah.
That is so that answers the question.
Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's you thinking about the other person. But I think ultimately you get stuck in the cycle because it feels good, right? A lot of people go help
Your
the
own
other people.
feelings. For your feeling's sake, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Finally. So when you see the other person happy, you feel happy. So I want to feel happy. That's why I want to help that other person.
Yeah.
So the primary goal of helping the other person is to make you feel happy. A lot of times, this is exactly even people who are doing good activities, they have uh, their own happiness in mind, right?
Yeah.
The other person may be happy. Now, their own happiness in terms of a lot of people, they do good activities in order to get recognition, right? I want, like somebody donates $100. I want to donate $150, right? People have to recognize me. Somebody builds, one, something for handicapped. I want to build some, 2 times that, and then my name should be there on top of it. Imagine if we ask the same person, okay, you donate all your money and nowhere your name will be there, nowhere you will not get a single recognition out of it. How many people will do it? I mean, here we ask for donations, and the first thing people ask is, okay, what do I get? Are you going to put my name on the board? And are you going to give me some recognition or some kind of a memento, or publish my name in something? Or when I come to see you, are you going to felicitate me? So some people don't even ask. Let's say they don't ask. However, so let us say they give say $10,000, and then simply they will walk in, and let us say nobody recognizes them. Next time they will not come. They did not take care of me. That's why I'm not going to give a single dollar to these people. Those $10,000 might have been used very well for the purpose it was given, but still they will not want to give a single more dollar more. Okay, but the another organization, takes $10,000 and spends $9,000 on felicitating, this person or that person and all that. only spent $1,000 for the real purpose for which the donation was given, still they will want to give for that organization. So they're doing good activity only there. It's not that they are hurting somebody or killing somebody or cheating or things like that. But some people, they have upfront expectation. Some people, they may not expect upfront, but when they are faced with a situation, then it hits them, saying that, okay, this organization is not recognizing, that organization recognizing, so I'm not going to give to this organization, I will go to that organization. So why are we donating, with what knowledge behind I'm donating? It's actually Lord Krishna is going to explain very well later, the donation part itself. That makes a lot of difference. So if I'm donating it to clean my karmic bondage, because it is my duty to do it, I'm doing it as service to Paramatma, service to God. I'm not expecting anything out of it, like somebody recognizing me, somebody praising me, or anything. I'm not even see. I donate with after doing a lot of due diligence, that okay, this organization is good, let me donate money to this organization. After donating, I will not worry how they are using that money, right? So if I do like that, then it is really cleaning karmic bondage. If I am getting attached to that money, oh, I donated $10,000. Now, where did the $10,000 go? Give me a list of 10 people who are getting benefit from my $10,000. And then every day I look at it and feel happy. Oh, these 10 people are getting benefit using my money. Then again, it's karmic bondage only. Even though it's good activity, but we are attaching ourselves to that activity, and then expecting a particular result, expecting that those 10 people in future, after maybe 10 years, 15 years, suddenly show up on our doorstep and then say, hey, you are so great, you are God for me, you did all these activities, that's why I'm able to study and do well. So we expect that. If we are expecting that, then it is again uh, acquiring karmic bondage. Right. So Lord Krishna very explains it very, very clearly. Um, there's no ambiguity anywhere. Right. Even he very, very clearly says, I mean, doesn't matter what activity that we do, whether we are hurting somebody or whether we are helping somebody. But if we are doing the activities with our Atma focus as our Karma Yoga, it gives me good result. But if you are doing it to satisfy our gunas, we'll come to that later. So to satisfy our under the influence of our gunas, if we do it, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas gunas, and then we will be getting binding. Okay, so here those who perform these rituals, they may get the results that they are expecting, but they will end up with rebirths. It will create karmic bondage for them. So any kamya karma that we do will give us the, I mean, it will give us the karmic bondage. Okay, so then why, the question is why this karma karmas are mentioned in the Vedas, right? We'll answer that shortly. Okay, so we'll go to Sloka 44. Okay, so let's share my screen. You can see 44.
Yes.
Okay. Let us chant. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam
Bhogaishwarya Prasadanam
Prasadanam
taya pahruta chetasam
Kaya
Taya
Bhutachetasam
Chetasam
vyavasayatmika buddhihi
Vyavasayatmika
Vyavasayatmika
Buddhi
Buddhi
samadhau na vidhiyate.
Samadhau
Samadhau
Navidhyate
Yate
Let's chant together.
Bhogaishwarya
Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam
Prasadanam
Prasadanam
taya
Taya
pahruta
Bhutachetasam
chetasam
Chetasam
vyavasayatmika
Vyavasayatmika
buddhihi
Buddhi
Buddhi
samadhau na
Samadhau
vidhiyate.
Yate.
So this is these three slokas are connected to each other, 42, 43, 44. So Lord Krishna is saying, Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam, of those who are attached to materialistic enjoyments and lordly power. Bhoga Aishwarya is enjoyments and that wealth, power, that lordly power. So Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam, of those who are attached to the materialistic Bhoga Aishwaryas. Abahruta Chetasam, of those whose mind is lost. Chetasam, of mind. What kind of mind? Those of Apahuta Chetasam. So of those whose mind is lost or deluded. Taya Apahruta Chetasam. Taya is by. By what? Because in the previous lokas he said there are people who are Vedavadaratas, they are interested in the ritualistic practices that satisfy the desires of people and think that there is nothing else. You just have to, purpose of life is to just have materialistic desires and satisfy them. Don't have to worry about anything else. And the materialistic desires includes Swarga as well. Swarga Paraha, he said, right? So you will get Swarga. Why do you want to go to Swarga? Is because it is so much enjoyments for me. So, these the and they speak flowery language to others. So they say, oh, this is what is there in your Vedas, and you have to do all these things. So by such flowery speech, okay, by such convincing speech, uh, those who are attached to the materialistic enjoyments and those whose mind is deluded. Delusion means they are not able to see things clearly. They don't know the reality. What is the reality? For those, Vyavasayatmaka buddhihi samadhau na vidhiyate. Vyavasayatmaka buddhi, we learned earlier, it is the firm conviction about true nature of the self. That Vyavasayatmaka buddhi samadhau na vidhiyate. It does not arise in their manas. Samadhi means manas. Samadhav in the manas, samadhav na vidhiyate. It does not arise or does not happen. So basically, Vyavasayatmika buddhi will not arise or will not come, will not happen to those people who are running after satisfying materialistic desires. And why are they doing that? They're being convinced by those who say there is nothing else in this world other than satisfying materialistic desires. I mean, let us keep the Vedas part a little bit aside, okay? Because you know, typically what happens to us, right? Uh, we we are introduced to all these materialistic enjoyments, and people say, "Hey, you have to enjoy this. If you don't enjoy this, your life is waste." It is so great. I mean, we have to run after them. I mean, if you don't, then you are wasting your life, right? Isn't it?
So, Varaprasadji, who is Lord Krishna right now talking about? Right. So, in the middle of convincing that he should take action, and it's that decision is happening, but all of a sudden there's a conversation about karma kandas and Vedas and Aishwarya. So I maybe there's a context that I missed it, but like what is this?
Yeah, it's a good question. So basically, Lord Krishna is saying that you have to do your duty irrespective. I mean, you have to do your duties, not run after the material pleasures, right? Do your duty. Don't think of materialistic pleasures, results, enjoyments. So now, if you ask somebody to say, okay, you do your duty, right? Then immediately the question would come. I mean, Arjuna would say, "Oh, Vedas talk about all these materialistic how to satisfy our desires. So you are saying that you should not, have desires, right? You have to do your duty, not try to run after your desires. But Vedas talk about it. So there's a conflict, right? So yeah, Lord Krishna has to explain that why
So
such
sorry
a
to
thing happens.
interrupt, but did Arjun ask about, like, did he talk about Vedas?
No, Arjuna did not
Okay.
ask, oh, you are saying this, and Vedas
Okay.
talk about like this. There's a conflict. No,
Okay.
but it is, uh, you know, maybe by looking at what Arjuna is a very learned person.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has gone through Vedas. So when I know that, let's say you are introduced to a particular subject. I know that. Now I'm telling something different, then I need to explain, right? Without you even asking a question. Uh, I should, if I'm a good, um, uh, I want to explain it very clearly to
Got it.
you.
Got it.
Immediately I should say that you might have known this,
So
but
Lord Krishna is already saying that he knows that Arjuna knows about Vedas, so it's already in that context. Okay, got it. Thank you.
right. I mean, that is one. And second is, um, that's why I said keep the Vedas aside a little bit. This is what is our, the world that we are introduced to. I mean, who talks about karma yoga? Who talks about doing your duty and leave the results? Nobody does that, right? Everybody talks about the materialistic enjoyments first, and then says how you can achieve that materialistic enjoyment, how you can get it. What do you have to do to get that? I mean, Vedas were in those days, Vedas are the ones that are followed. So people are Vedic. That means they follow the Vedic scriptures to achieve to get their whatever they want. They would refer to Vedas. So so there are certain things given in Vedas to satisfy the desires. Now, I again will answer that question why it is there, but. Um, if we take today's world, we are not looking at Vedas. We don't care whether it was written in Vedas or not, but the whole world is running after, okay, we have all these different materialistic enjoyments, then choose which desire you want. It's like going to the shopping mall and then choosing, okay, I want this one, 5 things. Okay, I want a house here. I want to, enjoy this vacation. I want to have this kind of a car. And then we say, okay, in order to achieve this, I need to do these activities. I need to study well to earn this kind of money to buy this kind of car, right? So even from day one, we are okay, even when we are saying, if you don't study well, you're not going to get a job. If you don't get a job, then you'll not have money to buy these things. That's all we say, right? I mean, we are always um, linking everything to that result, that enjoyments. And depending on what kind of enjoyment that we want, how much, money, if it is like money, or if it is, let us say I want to become a politician, I want to get elected as a governor, then what do I need to do? So derive the activities that I need to do based on that desire. So my activities are based on the desire rather than my duties, right? So that is exactly what is happening today. So if we are doing this way, that you have a desire and then define the activities and perform those activities, you may get it, but you will be entangled in this karmic bondage, the cycle of births and deaths. But if you don't focus on the desire, don't have the desire in mind, you focus on the duty, do the duty properly. If you get the result that you want, that is of favorable to you, right? Like Arjuna fights in the war because it's his duty. He may get one of those 2 results. One result is, okay, you will win. Okay, so that is good. That is he will enjoy the kingdom. Like if I'm doing the duty, like I'm working hard in a project may be successful. Okay, good, right? So I will enjoy that result. Um, Again, Lord Krishna explains, right, later. We'll keep that a little bit. How do we enjoy that result? So then if you don't get the result, fine, no problem. I cleared my karmic bondage, right? I mean, even if I get the result also, I cleared my karmic bondage. I did my duty well. If I'm able to think that way, then I will not be bothered by the result. My mental balance will not change. Okay, so I'll become a yogi. So having the balanced mind. Right. So now here, Lord Krishna is talking about Vedas have these rituals, and people will talk about those rituals, and when those who are interested in materialistic enjoyments, they get influenced by those people who know about let's say I have a materialistic desire to have a lot of money, right? So that I have a desire. Now somebody who knows how to get money, that is written, a ritualistic procedure that is given in Vedas, they'll talk and saying that, oh, you have to do all this, and then you'll get this money. Then I will do it, right? So then because I'm working towards that kanya karma, so because I have a desire, and then I'm working towards it, and I will get the karmic bondage. So even following uh, the rituals that are given in Vedas for the purpose of satisfying my desires will also bind us. That's what Lord Krishna is clearly saying. So now, why would it? Why even those ritualistic procedures are mentioned in Vedas? Lord Krishna explains in the next sloka. Hopefully, we'll cover that. Okay. Share the screen. Sloka 45. Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha
Gunya Vishaya Veda
Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna
Gunya Bhava Arjuna
Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvastho
Nirvandvo
Niryogakshema Atmavan.
Niryoga
Niryogaksema Atmavan
Atmavan
Let's chant together.
Trigunya
Traigunya Vishaya
Vishya
Vedaha
Vedaha
Nistraigunyo
Nistraigunyo
Bhava
Bhavarjuna
Arjuna
Nirvandvo
Nirvandvo
Nityasattvasto
Nityasattvasto
Yoga
Niryogakshema
Shema
Atmavan.
Atmavan
Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha. Said, right? So he's saying, hey Arjuna, in the second line, he's saying Bhava Arjuna. So he's saying Arjuna, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha. Tri means three. That's close, very close to English language. Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha. So there are three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Okay. Veda in the Vedic scriptures, there are procedures that are given. There are the rituals that are given to address the needs of people who belong to these three gunas. Okay, so I'll explain that. So all of us, we are the body, and Atma inside the body, right? So we are really Atma. The body is made of nature, and we are basically in this nature. Means we are operating in this nature. When we are operating in this nature, the body is made up of nature. We are influenced by the gunas of the nature. We'll go very detailed into gunas later in later chapters. So there are three gunas for this nature. That is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Right? So Sattva is primarily knowledge. It denotes knowledge. Those who are focused. Okay, before we go there. So Tattva is knowledge oriented. Rajas is the quality of Rajas is anger, hatred, action, primarily action oriented. Then Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Tamas is the third quality. That is inaction, laziness. So that is the Tamas quality denotes. Now, all of us are influenced by these three qualities of the nature. Okay. So this body is influenced by these three qualities. Sometimes sattva will be, will be dominant. Sometimes rajas will be dominant. Sometimes tamas will be dominant. Overall, if you take the personality of a person, then sattva is dominant, then rajas is dominant for that person overall, then tamas is dominant for a person overall. Like somebody who is um, very active, they want to do the action, right? Let's take. So then you can say, oh, this person is having rajas dominant quality. Okay, some person is focused on knowledge. Doesn't mean that they're not doing the action, but their focus is more on knowledge, less on the action. The other person who is doing the action, the focus is more on the action compared to the knowledge. They may learn for a day and they're more interested in action, putting that into action. I'm just giving very high level for our understanding purpose. So then that second person is, you can say, rajasic in nature. Tamasic, the person is very lazy and sleepy and, just want to relax, kind of, right? Dull, ignorant. So that is tamasic nature. Now, Vedas provide, or Vedas cater to all types of people, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Okay. So that is the reason why we have these rituals. The materialistic rituals are present in the Vedas because we as people are influenced by these three gunas. There's no one who is not influenced by any of these gunas. Now, if Vedas do not talk about to address what I want, right? Then where do I go? I will not go to Vedas. If I don't go to Vedas, then it is going to be more harmful for me than to go into Vedas and doing things properly, right? So Vedas, basically that's the reason why Vedas cater for. So just because Vedas don't mention those activities, suddenly everybody will become, Atma focused. Doesn't happen, right? That's practically impossible because we are under the influence of these three gunas. If everybody is Atma focused only, they're already getting moksha. They're on the way to get moksha. So, but we are taking births again and again and again, billions of lives. So we are under the influence of these three gunas. We cannot escape. We have to, we should be able to go to the Vedas and see how I need to behave to satisfy my needs when my gunas, this particular guna is dominant. Sattva guna is dominant, or rajas guna is dominant, or tamas guna is dominant. I should be able to find what I should be doing, how I should be doing in Veda. So that is the reason why these rituals, materialistic rituals, are mentioned. It is not that it is asking everybody to become materialistic and forget about the Atma focus, right? So that's Traigunya Vishaya Veda is it is catering to the people of the three gunas. I mean, there's no other guna, so it covers everyone who is under the influence of these three gunas, which is the universe of all people. So Vedas are catering to everybody. And Lord Krishna is saying, Nistraigunya Bhava. This is very, little contradiction here. So on one side, he's saying the Vedas cater to all kinds of people with different gunas, and they should be able to make use of that knowledge to live their life uh, in a proper way, satisfying those desires. Now, at the same time, immediately he's saying Nistraigunyaha Bhava. So Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that you be detached from these three gunas. Okay, so even though they are, all these ritualistic, rituals are there in the Vedas to cater for all these, to satisfy the desires. Okay, you get detached from these three gunas. You get detached from these three, from the desires, right? So you do the activities as per your duty. Just because it is mentioned in the Vedas, don't run after those materialistic desires. Don't try to fall for these people who talk very nicely about, oh, you will get all these things if you do. Don't fall for that. You focus on your duty. Okay, so you get detached from the influence of these three gunas. You get detached from the desires. You do your duty without the influence of desires on you. The desires are coming from the gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. See, sattva guna, people, they have desire to gain more knowledge. Rajasic people, they have desire to get attention and all that, so they want to show off. So that is their desire. Their desire of tamasic people are desire to just relax, enjoy, have be lazy and all that. So don't fall for those desires. You do your duty. Be nistraigunya. Okay. Nitya sattvastaha. Be established in nitya sattva. Nitya sattva is pure sattva. Okay. So again, now if you say that Nistraigunya, sattva is also one of the gunas, then how can Lord Krishna say establish in sattva always? Nitya means you can take it as always. Then saying, oh, establish yourself in sattva. Right? This is where there's a lot of confusion and interpretation that came in. But Nitya Sattva is representing Atma. Atma is the one which is the quality of Atma is pure Sattva, not the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, three gunas that we talk, that are the qualities of the nature, qualities of the body. Those are the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas are mixed, always. Okay, and that's the qualities of the nature. The quality of Atma is Nitya Sattva. It is always pure Sattva. But unfortunately, we are not, that Nitya Sattva is covered by this combination of the three gunas. And then that's why we are taking births again and again. Once we are, the gunas influence is gone from us. Gunas are the ones that are actually giving us next life. So once this influence is gone completely, then we are pure sattva. That when we get liberation, we are in a state of pure sattva or nitya sattva. Okay, so Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that be detached from the three gunas of the nature. Establish yourself in Atma, which is Nitya Sattva. That means focus yourself on Atma, focus on Atma. Don't focus on the materialistic desires which are as a result of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas gunas. Okay, focus on Atma, which is that is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, right? So Nitya Sattvastaha is another way of saying Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Then Nirdvandvaha, free from pair of opposites. I think it's 4 minutes over. Nirdvandvaha is free from pair of opposites. That is loss, gain, pleasure, pain. These are all the pairs of opposites. You basically detach from the results, and so basically all those opposites are coming because of your expectation on the result. So if I have an expectation that I'm doing a business and then I get $100, then I have profit $100. And if I get less than that, I have a loss. If I get more than that, I have more profit. So like that, right? So it is basically I set an expectation on the result. When the result comes, I measure myself, and then it is either a positive result or negative result. So there's always positive or negative. So that is the pair of opposites. So free yourself from the pair of opposites means free yourself from these expectations, and then measuring yourself on the expectations, thinking that you gained or lost, or pleasure or pain and all that, right? So free yourself from that. Niryoga kshemaha. This is another terminology. Yoga means acquisition of fresh possessions, wealth or whatever positions. And kshema is safeguarding whatever is acquired. Okay, so Lord Krishna later says yoga kshema vahamiham. So here Lord Krishna is saying you become niryoga kshemaha. So your duty is not to acquire new things and then protect the things that you have. That is not your duty. Free yourself from it. Your duty is to do you have to do the duty, right? That your duty is not to acquire stuff, and or your duty is not to protect what you have, right? And then he's saying Atmavan Bhava. So he's saying become one who is eager for self-realization, Atmavan. This is actually a very deep sloka, has a lot of meaning. Any questions on this? I know we are over time now. Any quick questions? We probably can take it up again next week, but any questions before we conclude?
So Vedas, and shall we discuss it next time, right? Vedas, right? And Vedas are the scriptures and what we should follow, right? I think that's what. And I think even Lord Krishna also mentioned, right? He has taken some more things from Vedas as well, right? I think Bhagavad Gita also he took from Vedas, right? Now, no, I thought that he's going to say their interpretation was wrong. Those
No,
pundits,
no,
that's
it is
what I
not
thought
like
he was
that.
going to say. That wasn't the case, right? He didn't say that. He said,
No. So, very simple thing, So when you are going on the highway, okay, you feel hungry. Okay, you feel hungry, and then you take the service exit. And you go into that service. All the shops are there, right? It has all kinds of foods. Let us say it is a food place. Now it has all kinds of varieties vegetarian, non-vegetarian, even in vegetarian, different styles of vegetarian, different styles of non-vegetarian, all are there, right? So when you go there, okay, you again actually it is connected to the next sloka. When you go there, just because a non-vegetarian store is there, you don't go there and eat, right? You will go to a vegetarian store, and if let's say vegetarian, so a vegetarian person will go to a vegetarian store and eat. Now, let us say non-vegetarian. Let's say I want to ban non-vegetarian. That's what let us say. The lot things that way. So in this example, that service exit has only vegetarian, pure vegetarian stuff, only salads, nothing else, no cook, nothing, not even cooked food. Now, all the people who are going may not like it. They have different tastes. So where will they go?
Or
Where will they go and eat? They can't eat there. So what do? They start, I mean, they have to live, right? Right. So they will probably stop the car on the road and then kill some animal and then eat. Or, in the worst case, they'll kill somebody and eat. I mean, it becomes such a, free for all kind of thing, right? So we have a set of rituals, practices that are given in Vedas that will cater for everybody. It doesn't mean that everyone has to follow everything that is given in Vedas. Just because 20 food stalls are there, one who is stopping and feeling hungry should pick up all 20 and taste all 20 types of food. It doesn't mean that. What you want, what you like, based on your need, that you pick it up. Now, in Vedas, apart from talking about these, like imagine satisfying materialistic desires are like non-vegetarian food stalls, right? And then talking about Atma in a pure sattva is like a vegetarian stall. And I'm interested in that. I can go there. I don't have to go and just because it is there and that I need to pick up non-vegetarian. If I'm vegetarian, I'll go there and eat. So go to a vegetarian store. Like that, if I'm interested in Atma, focused on Atma, there's a lot of things that are given in Vedas about, basically all the information that is given here are coming from Vedas only. So there is, procedures, on how to develop bhakti and all that is there. So we just have to focus on those pieces of Vedas based on what we really want. I mean, if I want to practice karma yoga, it is there. Bhakti yoga, it is there. But if I want to practice, I'm not interested in any of this at all. I'm interested in only satisfying my desires. And then Veda should contain that information. Otherwise, they will be lost. Just like this example, if I don't feed them, if there is nowhere they can eat a good, proper, based on certain rules, eat food, then they will start killing people and then eat. So it should not become like that. So that's why there are certain procedures given. I mean, just as an example. So yeah, it is definitely there. I mean, that's what, if you want, if we want peace and happiness in the society, there are procedures given in Vedas to do certain things. Yes, do that. But we'll learn that we have to do it as service to God, not for our own satisfaction. So any activity, even this kamya karmas, if we do, when we are doing it, they are for as service to Paramatma, we have to do. Then we are qualifying it. We are not doing it for our own sake.
yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Sorry, we are over by more than 10 minutes. Okay, we'll continue next week. Thank you. We'll conclude with the concluding prayer. Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakriti svabhavat karomi yajjat sakalam parasmai narayanayati samarpayami Sriman Narayanayati samarpayami Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha Jai Sri Narayan.
Jai Shri Manara.
Jai
Thank you.
Shri
Jai Shri
Manara.
Narayan.
Thank you. Thanks a
Thank you,
lot.
sir.
Jai
Bye.
Sri Narayan.